friends, share it. I appreciate everybody who have joined the broadcast this evening. It's going to be a very brief one. We will try to make it as brief as we can. Remember, I always tell you that my main reason of coming online time to time is to come and encourage my fellow Biafrans, to encourage my brothers and sisters who are facing challenges in Biafra land. That is why I'm here. I'm not here to talk about any individual, not here to preach hate speech. I'm not here to attack anybody. But my main purpose of coming online from time to time is to make sure I send a word of encouragement to my brothers and sisters, mainly those in Biafra land. Because as you can see, the challenges is growing worse every day. The challenges are increasing every day. Every day you wake up, you go online, you make research, and you see what is going on, you find out that the challenges are increasing. And if anybody tells you that it's going to settle down anytime soon, no, it's not going to settle down soon. Instead, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. That's why I encourage every Biafran, wherever you are, to continue to pray for our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, that Chuks will guide and protect them. Today we saw what was happening in Abia State today. We saw the attack that happened in Abia State. A lot of gunshots. So many things were happening. Happened also in Imo State. So that has been the situation. It's no longer news. It's no longer news when you see those kind of things happening, because they will continue to happen. As long as the caliphate continue to hold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in captivity, as long as they continue to torture Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, as long as they continue to leave Mazen Nnamdi Kanu under solitary confinement, the caliphate will never know peace. Nigeria will never have peace. There will be no peace anywhere. It is only our Supreme Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that can calm the situation. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been chosen by Chuks Abiyama, and Chuks Abiyama gave him to us. And every one of us embraced Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. We embraced him and we accepted him. We embraced him, and every one of us is supporting him in whatever he's doing. So, when you hold the man that is speaking up for the people, the man that is the symbol of justice in that country called Nigeria, when you are holding him captivity, you are actually holding every indigenous person in that very contraption. You are not holding only Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you are holding every indigenous person. And as long as you continue to hold people in captivity, there will be no peace anywhere. There will be no peace. The injustice is increasing on a daily basis. These are people who are telling you they don't want peace. That is why you see the injustice increasing on a daily basis. Each time what you hear is that they are unleashing mayhem against the Biafran people. Sending troops, sending Boko Haram against the Biafran people every now and again. Meanwhile, in the northern part of Nigeria, where the terrorists are taking over, they are not doing anything about it. They are not ready to do anything about it. They turn a blind eye to what is happening in the northern part of Nigeria. The bloodshed that is happening in the northern part of Nigeria, nobody is saying anything about it. They pretend as if they are not hearing it. But they focus on the southern part of Nigeria, mainly Biafra land, to take the life of innocent people. And somebody will come and tell me that he wants peace. If you want to talk about peace, you first of all have to talk about justice. There must be justice before you begin to talk about peace or security. There must be justice. As long as you continue to make people orphans, make women widows, make men widowers, as long as you continue to make people childless, the insecurity in the contraption called Nigeria will continue. There will be no peace anywhere. And those terrorist military that they are sending to Southeast will continue to pay the price. They will pay the price. You know, it doesn't matter how they try to cover it up or try to pretend. They will never go free. Chuks Abiyama by himself will take every one of them out. You can see that the Biafra land is bleeding. On a daily basis, Biafra land is bleeding. Innocent lives have been taken in Biafra land. People who have not committed any offense. They have not committed any crime. Only because they were identified as Biafrans. That is why they are being smoked out. That is why life is being smoked out of them. And some people think it's okay. For me, I think it's a crime against humanity. Genocide is happening in Biafra land, and people think it's okay. It is not okay. It is not okay. You can see that the international community are not ready to do anything. Even the Amnesty International, they are in Nigeria. Amnesty International is in Nigeria. They are seeing everything that is happening. You don't need somebody to tell them what is happening. They are seeing everything that is happening on the ground. But what are they doing? Every one of them turn blind eye to what is happening. They turn blind eye to what is happening. ICC visited the contraption called Nigeria. The International Criminal Court sent a delegate to visit the contraption called Nigeria. But they have refused. They have refused to speak about the plight of the Biafran people. They have refused to speak about the genocide that's happening in Biafra land, which is evidence everywhere. In fact, you don't need to come to Nigeria before you will see the evidences everywhere. You don't need to come to Nigeria before you see it. There are evidence everywhere. The way the life of people are being smoked out of them in that contraption. There are evidences everywhere. Go online, you will see evidence where a terrorist group that is being equipped by the military, equipped by the government of Nigeria, sponsoring terrorists against innocent citizens. Sponsoring terrorists against innocent citizens. The United States is aware. The UK is aware. The Amnesty International is aware. Every single international organization you know in this planet Earth, they know what is going on in Nigeria, but they will never speak. They will never speak. They will never take action. They pretend as if they are not seeing what is going on. They pretend as if they are not seeing it. But when the Biafrans react, people will begin to talk. You see them on a daily basis, busy talking about unknown gunmen, unknown gunmen, unknown gunmen. Who created unknown gunmen? Have you ever asked yourself who created unknown gunmen? The unknown gunmen were created by the government itself. The federal government created unknown gunmen. That very name, unknown, originated from them. It originated from them, but it seems like most of us have a very short memory. Most of the time, each time they perpetrate their evil, they go with that name unknown. You hear unknown. Each time you hear unknown, it is the sponsorship of the government. Thank you, Tiger Chica. When you hear unknown, some of you have forgotten. You forget about the unknown soldier. You know the havoc unknown soldiers have caused in that country called Nigeria. So many times when they assassinate people, they say it's unknown soldier. You know about the mother of Fela. You know about Kuli Wright. And so many other people who have been assassinated. At the end of the day, they will tell you it's unknown soldier. Today, they have changed it to unknown gunmen. In the name of unknown gunmen, they go to the southeastern part of Nigeria, mainly Biafra land, and begin to take the life of innocent people. And when they perpetrate all those evil, they try to blame it on the innocent group that is fighting for self-domination. They blame it on ESN. They blame it on IPOB. When every one of us know that IPOB and ESN has nothing to do with the unknown gunmen or whatever. They have nothing to do with it. The people that created that word, unknown, is the federal government of Nigeria. And there are evidences everywhere. They have been using that language for a very long time. This is not the first time they're using it. This is not the first time. They have been using that very language, unknown gunmen, unknown soldiers. If you have not had it, you must have had it at one time or the other. Even though they stop history, they stop people from reading history or knowing history, we still have the history in our head. We still can make research and find out things. The language unknown originated from the government of Nigeria. Unknown soldiers. Unknown soldiers that killed Fela mother. They threw Fela mother from upstairs. A woman. It was the same unknown soldiers that went and killed Kudirat, the wife of Abiola. It was the same unknown soldiers that killed so many prominent men. At one time or the other, you will continue to hear it. Unknown soldiers, unknown soldiers, unknown soldiers, unknown soldiers. Today, because they want to take the life of Biafran people, they have now created unknown gunmen. And when people hear unknown gunmen, they are still doubted and begin to look at IPOB and begin to look at ESN. ESN has their name. Eastern Security Network, that is their name. They don't go by any other name. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu established the Eastern Security Network. The very day he established it, he said it, he mentioned their name. They have a name. They are not unknown, they are known. The organization that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu formed is known. The Eastern Security Network. To fight against the terrorists in the bushes. That is their duty. That is their duty. To fight against the terrorists in the bush. They don't have any business in the city. They were not established to fight the police or fight the army or fight anymore. They were established to fight against the terrorists. That was what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said the very day it was launched. And that has been their duty since then up to date. They are known. There's nothing that has to do with unknown with them. The organization that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is leading, IPOB, has a name. IPOB has a name. It's not unknown. The only people that create those things they claim to be unknown is the government. The government of Nigeria create unknown. They create it and they know them. They use that language, but they know them. They know them. That is why Hope Uzodinma came out and told you that he knows them. Only that response of Hope Uzodinma should let you know that they were created by the government. For Hope Uzodinma to come out boldly and tell you that you shouldn't blame the IPOB or blame the ESN for any destruction you are seeing in the southeast. Don't blame them. Blame the politicians. Who are the politicians? Is it not the government? The politicians, they're not the ones lining up now to be your president. Go and check them. They are the ones lining up everywhere now to be your president. But where it becomes so painful is that even the politicians in Biafra land, no single one of them can stand up and speak the truth. No single one can stand up and face the authority face to face and tell them to their face to stop the evil they are doing in Biafra land. No single politician, not even one. Not even one of them. No politician in Biafra land can boldly stand up and tell the federal government of Nigeria to pull out their terrorists in Biafra land and send them back to wherever they've got them from. Because the insecurity in Biafra land is caused by the military. They are the one causing it. The federal government of Nigeria caused the insecurity in the southeast. In Biafra land as a whole. Biafra land has been the most peaceful part of that very contraption called Nigeria. The most peaceful part. The most peaceful part is Biafra land. It remains the most peaceful part. But the federal government of Nigeria want to destabilize the south by all means possible. They have introduced all manner of evil. They introduced their FULANI herdsmen, killer herdsmen. The killer herdsmen could not be able to survive. The terrorists they introduced could not be able to survive. Every one of us saw them when they were shifting all the terrorists to Biafra land. During the time of their so-called COVID-19, while they were telling people to lock themselves up in the house, their terrorists were moving down south. Every one of us saw the video. We saw videos. It's not a blackmail. Every one of us saw the videos. While they were telling people to stay at home and lock up because of the COVID-19, they were pushing their terrorists to the south. But when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu saw what was happening, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu can't keep silent and watch. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gave order to the ESN to make sure that no inch of Biafra land is being occupied by these people. They were driven away. After they were driven away, they couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle it. They went and formed their unknown government. The federal government of Nigeria with the DSS went and formed the unknown government. And on so many occasions, unknown gunmen were attacked, killed, and they saw ID card of the DSS with them. Clear ID card of the DSS. Some of them were killed and they saw them, they were Fulanis. And yet, somebody will wake up and begin to look at the side of the ESN or IPOB when they talk about the unknown government. They have nothing to do with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu or with the ESN or with these are the creation of the government. These are the creation of the government. The political unknown gunmen, the federal government unknown gunmen, and those aggrieved ones. There are some of them that are aggrieved, people who have lost their livelihood. There are people who have been made orphan, people who have been made childless, people who have been made widows and widowers, who are fighting back. They are still there, fighting back on their own. Nobody forced them. Every of this thing was created by the federal government of Nigeria with their actions. They created it intentionally with their actions. And up to today, nothing is being done. Even the political steps you see in the Biafra land, those who call themselves politicians in Biafra land, none of them can stand up. None of them can stand up and condemn the evil that is happening in Biafra land. None of them can stand up and call out these people who are perpetrating this evil. Innocent people have been killed on several occasions. Livelihood have been taken. Property destroyed. Homes burned. I have never seen any governor. I have never seen any politician, any governor, or any senator going to those homes that were destroyed. Shops that were being burned. Livelihood that were being taken to go and pay compensation, or to go, at least to go and visit. I have never seen anyone. I have never seen anyone. Each time, the only place you see them is that when government property is being destroyed, you see them, they go there and begin to rant. But when the innocent citizens lose their livelihood and their property, nobody talks. Nobody talks. The only man that is speaking for us for all this while, Mazen Nandekano, today, they went and kidnapped him in Kenya and they are torturing him. That's the reason we are sitting at home on Monday, in our opinion, because nobody can speak for us. Today, no single politician can stand up and speak up for Mazen Nandekano, even though Mazen Nandekano was the person that gave them the courage to begin to talk about the Igbo presidency today. Mazen Nandekano is the one that gave them the face, gave them that privilege to begin to expect anything called presidency. Today, that man is in captivity. None of them is speaking up for him. No single person is speaking up. No politician is speaking up. Instead, the only person that is speaking up, you saw the video I played yesterday. A man from the southwest, not even a Biafra. Pa Ayadobenjo, in his last broadcast was asking the southeast, why are you begging Muhammadu Buhari about Mazen Nandekano? What crime have he committed? Pa Ayadobenjo was asking them, what crime has he committed that somebody will go and hold him? What crime? How many people have you seen speak the way Pa Ayadobenjo spoke on behalf of Mazen Nandekano? Ohaneze Ndo Hinandama, you see. Have you ever heard any person from Ohaneze Ndo speaking out boldly for Mazen Nandekano? None of them. Everyone, when you talk to them, they tell you they are doing something on the ground. When you talk to them, every one of them will tell you they are doing something on the ground. What are you doing on the ground? They say you are doing something on the ground. What nonsense on the ground? What are you doing? Why are you so scared? What kind of a coward are you that you cannot be able to ask about your brother face to face, ask about your own child in the open? You are walking on the ground. When Muhammadu Buhari was defending Boko Haram, was he defending the Boko Haram on the ground? Muhammadu Buhari was defending Boko Haram, even on the papers, even on the ground, coming out to say that any attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the North. He defended them up to the extent that they appointed him as his spokesperson, openly, before your own very eyes. Did that stop him from being a president? Today, he's a president. Did that stop him from being a president? Today, they succeeded in making him a president, and he died in his seat, and they are still holding the presidency based on his name. Was he defending Boko Haram on the ground? But today, because you are a coward, because we have lily-livered politicians in the southeastern part of Nigeria. Every single politician you see in Biafra, they are all lily-livered, cowards. Simply because they want to have a post. None of them can speak the truth. None of them can speak truth to the authority. None of them can come out boldly and speak to the authority. Even the so-called Igbo presidency they are fighting for. None of them can come out boldly and speak up and say, this is our right, it is our own time. They are still begging. They are begging. The North is still giving them constitution to go and beg. They are telling them to go and beg people in the South to go and beg. You heard what Pa Ayadobenjo just said. You heard what Pa Ayadobenjo just said, that every single one of them know the truth. They know the truth. When they are telling you to go and negotiate with it, that they are liars, bunch of liars and deceivers, Confucianists, and they are not ready to leave power. Something that is your turn. Assuming that we are asking for that very Igbo president, assuming that we are interested, because Biafrans are not interested in it. We Biafrans are not interested in anything that has to do with any presidency of anything. We want our self-determination. We want a referendum. That is what we want. We want our own nation. But assuming that we want to go along with them, is it this begging you're going to be begging for something that belongs to you, that something that is your right? During the time of their own, were they begging you? They told you that it was their turn. Before they brought the late Muhammadu Buhari, before the late Muhammadu Buhari came on board, they were saying it openly that it's the turn of the North. It is their own turn of the North. Today, they are talking about, not turn again, they are talking about competence. And even at competence, just as our father Aya Adobenjo said, as Aya Adobenjo said, even in competence, is there any single human being in the North that can compete with the South? Any human being in the North that can compete with the Biafran people, with Igbo Biafrans? No single person. Talk about competence, qualification. Who in the North can compete with the kind of people we have in the Southeast? Who? No single person. If you talk of competence, if you talk about competence, no single person from the North will ever see the presidency. These are the people who are talking about merit. The people who are talking about merit, talking about competence, they are the people now promoting what they call the quota system. Why do we have quota system in Nigeria? Why did they introduce quota system? They introduced the quota system because of their backwardness. This Fulani Caliphate and whatever, they are so backward that they are not ready to improve themselves. Instead, they want to drag everybody down. Because they want to drag everybody down like themselves. They want to drag everybody to the floor like themselves. That is why they are holding hand on quota system. A quota system that will make an educated man in the southern part of Nigeria, an educated person in the southern part of Nigeria will be serving an illiterate in the north. All in the name of quota system. A student in the southern part of Nigeria will have 300 cut mark. 300 of cut mark. He will not get admission in the university. But somebody in the north with 30, 50 will have admission in the university. And after getting admission with just 30 mark or 50 mark, he will now become a leader in an organization. He will even get a better job than somebody who is overqualified in the southern part of Nigeria because of quota system. And yet, later they will come and begin to compete with you and tell you about competence, tell you about bringing somebody who is qualified. Look at them, those of them who are in the House of Assembly or House of the Senate. Check every one of them from the north in the Senate. Look at them when they talk, the way they behave, the way they act, the way they speak. You will know that no single one of them is qualified to be there. They are not qualified to be there. Every single one of them they call elite in the northern part of Nigeria. Every single one that is claiming to be educated in the northern part of Nigeria, 85% of them attend that level through quota system. 85%. They got to the level they are through quota system. And when you come to a level play field, there will never be any, there will be nobody. There will be nobody. Come to a level field, there will be nobody. They are practicing the quota system up to the extent of business. It is still that same quota system that made the federal government of Nigeria to take everything and hand over to Dangote. Everything was handed over to Dangote to import, free of charge. They removed tax from him. And today, he can be able to boast and say he's the richest man in Africa. An opportunity that you will give the dumbest man in Biafra land, the dumbest man in Biafra land without any knowledge, give him that opportunity, he will be the richest man in the world. Not in Africa. The richest man in the world, that is what it be. He will be the richest man in the world, and in his or her zone, you cannot see anything that is called poverty. But the northern part of Nigeria have the richest man in Africa, yet they are the poorest. That should tell you that something is wrong. That should tell you that something is wrong. The people that have the richest man in Africa, yet they have the poorest people. They produce the poorest people. They are the most poorest zone. Even when they have the richest man. What does that tell you? It tells you that we are dealing with dumb people who are not ready to develop. Adebanjo called them backward people. People who are very backward. Not only that they are backward, they are not ready to improve themselves at any time. They are not ready. The Fulani Caliphate are not ready to improve themselves. They want to drag everybody down. They want to drag everybody down. And they succeeded in dragging everybody down when the other people, when Nigeria accepted that quota system. Quota system is evil. Quota system is evil. A system that destroys an educated person. A system that gives opportunity to an uneducated person above that person who is educated. With all your certificate, with all your knowledge, with all your certificate after studying abroad, coming back home, you come and begin to compete with an illiterate in the north. You begin to compete with an illiterate in the Fulani Caliphate. That is why you see somebody who doesn't have, who didn't have WAEC result. A person who didn't have WAEC result, you see a professor with different kinds of degrees serving under him, shamelessly serving under him, and today he's coming to contest and tell you that he's going to make something different. What are you going to do differently? What are you going to do differently when you didn't recognize yourself as a professor serving under somebody who doesn't have, who didn't pass common entrance? Somebody who didn't have WAEC result, you are serving under that person, and you're a professor. You accepted it, and you think you can come and change. What can you change? What can you change? You will only be a puppet, just like you have always been. A puppet, that is what you be, just like you have always been. Because they are going to give you the condition, what you do, and how you're going to do it. Everybody has to wake up. The contraption called Nigeria have ended. It has ended. If anybody is telling you that it's going to get better, that person is deceiving you. It can never ever get better. It will get worse. It will get worse. But go and bring the most brilliant person and put him in that contraption called Nigeria to run it. The person will be worse than this illiterate Muhammadu Buhari. No matter who you put there, that very person will be worse than this illiterate. The illiterate you see, Muhammadu Buhari, the late Muhammadu Buhari. This person will be very worse than it. The level that contraption called Nigeria is now, there is nothing remaining. The late Muhammadu Buhari have destroyed everything. The little rope that is holding that contraption called Nigeria have been torn out. So, if you are an indigenous person, go back to your region. If you are Ududua, go back to Ududua land. If you are Biafra, go to Biafran people. If you are from the Middle Belt, join the Middle Belters. If you are from Arewa, join the Arewa people. It is high time the Arewa focus on their area and save themselves from the terrorism that is overtaking them. They should focus on themselves. Amazon Nandekano told them that if they do not leave Biafra land, at the end of the day, they will not have a home to return. All those Boko Haram they are sending to Biafra land after they have come, the ones that will remain to return, they will not have a home to return. And it is happening. It is happening before your own very eyes. It is so sad that the people we have in Biafra land are cowards, bunch of cowards and self-centered people who cannot speak the truth. From the clergy to the elites or whoever you can call, every one of them, every single politician, even the clergy, they have all compromised. They have all compromised. That's why you see a clergyman will come and be preaching against sit at home to free his own brother. His brother is innocent. Instead of him going to talk about the cause of that sit at home, everybody, even a child, know the cause of the sit at home. Why people are sit at home is to demand for the unconditional release of Mazen Nandekano and our referendum. That is why people are sit at home. And everybody knows that if you want to stop the sit at home, free Mazen Nandekano, set Mazen Nandekano free. As soon as Mazen Nandekano come out, the only announcement, one broadcast alone, we end the sit at home. You don't need to shoot a gun. You don't need to force anybody. Because Biafrans are not forced, they are on their own, doing what is needful to do. But since people have refused to see reasons, it will get worse. It will get worse. If you don't release Mazen Nandekano, it is going to get worse. Don't say I didn't say it. That is the obvious truth. I'm not going to come here to begin to paint to you that it's going to be well tomorrow. It's going to be. The only thing that will change the situation is the release of Mazen Nandekano. If you do not release him, it is going to get worse. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you do. Mazen Nandekano is the most peaceful person you can think of when it comes to agitation. The most peaceful man. He has been the one holding all these issues down for a very long time. He has been holding a lot of people down for a very long time. Today, he has been taken out of the picture. And as he has been taken out of the picture, you can see a lot of armed groups have been unleashed. There are so many armed groups in Biafra land who want their independence. They are not there to kidnap. They are not for kidnapping. They are not for killing innocent people. They are not for robbing. They want their freedom. They want their independence. And all these people have been calm. Every one of them have been calm because Mazen Nandekano is on the top of the game. Mazen Nandekano has been on the top of the game, speaking up loudly, and the world was hearing him. That was why all the armed groups calmed down. Every single one of them calmed down. They were not harsh. But the federal government went and removed that peaceful man. Mazen Nandekano, who is holding the peace of the Southeast, they removed him. Today, you see what is happening in the Southeast. And not until Mazen Nandekano is released, it will get worse. Every politician should hear it. Any place you are watching from, tell your politicians, tell people around you, it will get worse. All we have to do is to continue to pray for our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. And if you're in Biafra land, be very, very careful. When it is a day of sit at home, sit at home. If you're in Biafra land, any day that you sit at home, sit at home. Don't even make an attempt of moving out if you don't want to pay with your life. That is the only solution. As long as you obey the whole instructions, you are going to live and you will see Biafra, you will celebrate in Biafra land and you will celebrate your freedom. But when you begin to play with your own life and dance with your freedom, anything is possible. I am not praying that any Biafran should lose his life. It is my desire and wish that every single one of us that is alive today watching this video, every single one of us that will watch this video in time to come, every single one of us alive today should witness Biafra. That is my desire. My desire is that every single person watching this video today, if you're from Oduduwa land, you witness Oduduwa. If you're from Arewa, you witness Arewa come to pass. If you're from Minubet, you witness Minubet come to pass. If you're Biafra land, you witness Biafra land and celebrate the Biafra land. That is my wish for everybody. But while we are wishing, we have to protect ourselves. If you know how you are going to defend yourself, do it. Mainly by obeying instructions. It's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you a lot. When you see danger and you hear warning, a lot of warning are coming. When you see danger, warning is coming. Listen to the warning. When you are being told to go, go. When you're told to stand, stand. Always try to listen to the voice of Biafra. The voice of Biafra, radio, voice of Biafra, listen to it. Listen to it, 95, I think 97.5 FM. Listen to it. You will get instructions and directions on what to do and how to do it. It is not going to get easy. It is going to get harder by day. But those who have a strong mind, those who have a strong mind will always survive. That's why we must have to apply our common sense in everything. You don't answer to all calls. It is not every rain that falls that you bring out your bucket to catch water. No. It is not every rain that you bring out your bucket to fetch water. Some rain will be falling, you will just overlook it and walk your way. Open your eyes, watch closely and listen. When you hear a word, follow it. When you hear instruction, follow it. Do not play with sit at home. We are in a critical time. As their so-called 2023 is approaching closer, more evil is going to be unleashed. You're going to see more trials. We have to stand strong. Anything you are doing, continue to do what you are doing. If you're sitting at home, sit at home more. If you're praying, pray more. If you're fighting, fight. Anything you are doing, to make sure that your voice is being heard. Do it, because nobody's going to speak for you. Nobody's going to talk for you. For Mazen Nandekano is coming out very soon. Sooner than you expect. Sooner than you expect. Prepare yourself to welcome Mazen Nandekano. He's going to come out. He's coming out. And when he's coming out, the next thing that will follow is our referendum. We are getting to the end of the tunnel and we will see the light. Do not expose your life to danger. Protect yourself as much as you can. We are not telling you to go and face the military and begin to fight them. We are not telling you to go and face the police and begin to fight them. Protect yourself. When you hear sit at home, sit at home. When somebody comes to take your life, if you have anything to defend yourself by all means possible. That is the way to go. I pray that Chuks will guard and protect everybody in Biafra land. I pray that Chuks will guard and protect every man, every woman in Biafra land. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. May Chuks guard and protect every hand that has shared this video. May Chuks guard and protect you. Richard Okole, thank you so much for joining. May Chuks guard and protect every hand that has shared the video. May Chuks guard and protect every man and woman wherever you are, that you are genuinely fighting for the freedom of your people. It doesn't matter if you're Biafra, if you're from Oduduwa land, if you're from the Middle Belt, or even if you're from the North, and you are genuinely standing up for your own people for freedom, you will surely see freedom. You will surely celebrate as a free person. I pray that Chuks will guide and protect every single one of us. May Chuks will guide and protect our spirit and Mazen Nandekano. Guide him, secure him. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nandekano shall prosper. We shall continue to fight this battle until Biafra comes. And even after Biafra has come, we will continue to preach the gospel and set the record straight. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. And remember this. See you again tomorrow by the special guest of Chuks. Bye.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand on the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold the whole of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals, they are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You cannot go everywhere. We must continue.